Hello, welcome to the Decorators Den podcast with Baz and Sean. We are proudly sponsored by Nap and Bristle Decorating Supplies. We're also powered by, ready together Sean, Trade Decorator. We are
Wow.
happily powered by Trade Decorator. How's your week been, Sean?
Good, but I'm like, I just want to, before we get on to how our weeks have been like, just to say, what about that, by the way, yeah?
That
How,
was,
like,
do you know what as well? How long have we been waiting for this to happen?
to tell, I mean,
Like
it's
behind
literally,
in the background, we've been waiting so long, getting everything right, making sure
yeah.
we're all happy with everything.
And I
Um,
think it's like, it's such a fucking privilege too, because at the end of the day, we're obviously just starting out in the podcast
yeah,
and we're finding our feet and it's getting better and we get loads of good feedback. And we're obviously doing all this hard work, and obviously, you expect it to just be massive overnight, but really and truly, that has made it massive overnight.
yeah, it has, hasn't it?
Ken, that's
And
like 10,000 folk click that website a month, and
yeah,
eight and a half thousand folk get onto the Trade Decorator forum. Like decorators, by the way, no
yeah,
just
yeah,
gardeners or whatever, Ken. It's proper fucking decorators, Ken. So I'm actually really fucking. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of getting the partnership, but I'm so
yeah.
proud of the work that like yourself and obviously what we're
We
both putting in. Like
honestly, I know it doesn't look like it online, but we've both put so much into the podcast
exactly.
and working, getting behind the scenes, getting everything together and bringing this in and doing that and scheduling, doing whatever.
But
Um,
and well, just as behind the fourth wall for anybody listening or watching for that matter, that while we're recording this right now, the Trade Decorator live, a Trade Decorator video that we're
he's
putting
too
up is
excited.
literally.
Look at him.
I
He's just
know,
talking
I'm
about it. He's too
delighted.
excited. He can't think.
It's literally just went live, 13 minutes ago? We're 13 minutes past 7. This is obviously going out on Monday. This is Friday night for us, and it's went live, and we're not watching it, but yous are getting the fucking. It's amazing. I'm absolutely and
Yeah,
the
it
doors
really
it's going to
is.
open for us, Ken. It's going to make us. It's going to be able to put us
It's
onto the platform and make us do what we believe this could be, and it will
yeah,
be like
it's it's given us a big boost. Like again, it isn't going to be overnight, but now we have that something behind us that's going to support us, and
but literally power us. It's
yeah,
literally
it
going to
literally
power us.
power us,
Aye.
and that is why it's powered by Trade Decorator.
Exactly, and I think as we'll like, because we've been heading on it, and I think I'm a podcast watcher myself, right? I watch loads of podcasts or listen to podcasts when I'm at work, and obviously we're trying to do something different. And you might be coming in and it's episode 10 or fucking whatever. It might be episode 50 by the time you fin the Decorators Den podcast and you even hear this bit. But what are fun, like I've got a podcast I listen to for a couple of like a few different types, right? And I started listening to maybe podcast 100, for example. But what I actually did when I started enjoying it, I was like, fuck this, I'm going way back to the very beginning.
Yeah, and it,
And it's like almost gone on a journey with the guys that are watching the podcast that you see. I'm not saying it was shit the first week we did it, but I feel like it's getting better and it's
yeah.
growing and folk are getting to ken us and we get loads of messages, mate.
Well, do you know
That's
what? I was speaking to someone. I'm not going to name any names. About sponsorship, and they asked about demographic data, and I thought
yep.
that's a good point. That so obviously I was sending it over and whatever. Do you know people in Germany, Netherlands, uh, Spain, where Portugal,
It's
United
incredible,
States,
isn't it?
United States, like
I know.
we're reaching that far away. How the
I
fuck
know
are
that,
we doing
innit?
that?
And
Like,
we've obviously got big UK Ireland audience,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
or maybe not a big audience. I was expecting it to be like Scotland, England, because
yeah.
we're telling people to
Just me
watch
and
it.
you watching it over and
We,
over
we,
again.
well, because your IP addresses, it wouldn't matter if you watched it 10 times. You only get one view because your
Yeah, you do.
IP
Yeah,
address.
yeah,
Ken, so the numbers are real, like,
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
the fact that it's just it's almost kind of humbling. Like, it makes you
yeah,
think like you're putting in this work, and a lot of people, the far out people that are no close to you, are the most supportive. See your mate, no, my mates are quite supportive too, by the way, but see your closest mates, they're the folk that turn their nose up at you. They're the
yeah.
folk that God
What the
fucking
fuck are you doing that for? Like,
dancing on TikTok or doing a
yeah,
podcast. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And yet you get some cunt away down the other end of the country, and they're like, oh, well done, I'm fucking love. I got a message for
yeah.
a guy from Wales today. Sorry, I can't even think. I'm not going onto my phone to get his name, but message for a guy from Wales, and he basically said, I'm enjoying listening to the podcast. So he's on Spotify, I think he'd said. It's been shit weather down there, and I've just had it in my ear the last fucking few days, and it's totally been cheering me up. And that is a vindication for
It
me. That
really
is
is, isn't
what
it?
that's
Yeah.
I need. I need one message a week, a month, a year, even if it's just somebody to say, "Oh, it's brightened my fucking day
Do you
right
know
up."
what though? We we do actually well. We do really well actually with people supporting us
Yep,
because the comments and the direct messages that we get, like they're always supportive. How people are really
100%.
enjoying it and the like. What was it like? The
The
for
students
example,
reaching
they're
out and
working on
that.
their own, so it's nice to have
Aye,
people, you know what I mean, down the ear
like-minded
listening and
folk.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Like-minded people speaking in your ears, talking about the products you're using, having a laugh, decorator patter, mate. You don't
yeah,
get better patter than decorator patter. It's
exactly, exactly that.
unrivaled,
And do
like,
you know
innit?
what?
So
There's quite a few podcasts out there at the minute, and I know we're only small now, but I think we're gonna be massive. Like I genuinely believe. I don't know if it's delusion or not, but I genuinely believe we are completely different to other podcasts that
that's
are
what I
out
think it
there.
is. I think it's there's so many podcasts out there where it's the same thing. It's people just sitting, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes sitting interviewing somebody and hearing a story, and we do the interviews too. We get
Yeah,
guests on to do
yeah.
the interviews, right? But the thing with this podcast is it's no just interviews, and we're willing to get into the oh, he's got a glass tonight for people. See, we're chipping away at him.
Because it was
An
cordial.
empty glass, but all
It
right,
was
okay.
cordial.
You can't drink cordial out of a bottle, can you? So anyway, sorry to get we'll get all this soppy fucking bullshit out the road before. And by the way, 300 subscribers. We're hunting you down. We're going to big push this week. So remember that box is still sitting behind me to give away. So keep clicking the subscribe button. And
We're on
also, if
167 so far.
amazing. And also,
Absolutely amazing.
if you can ever trade decorator forum on Facebook, if you're a decorator or you're an apprentice decorator or something, join the forum. They do monthly competitions. So
We've just done a
yesterday,
Merca competition
I
actually,
was going
yeah.
to say yesterday, Paula herself was on the live and she gave a Merca Deros 2 away to somebody. So that's a 500 quid prize. And so next, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I might get in trouble with Paula here for revealing something,
Sorry,
but I'm going
Paula.
to say it. I'm going to say it anyway. Apologies, Paul. But next month they're giving away. I think it's vouchers, or they're giving away something for Juno paint, right? You heard
See,
of Juno paint?
I've
It's
never heard
J.
of Juno Paint
Well,
ever.
I've never used it, right? But I've got a person that I follow on TikTok on Instagram, and he's called Black Canvas Decorate, and he's from
Oh yeah,
Glasgow,
yeah, I
right? And
know him, yeah.
there's a lot of spraying windows and like kind of Venetian plaster finishes or
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of type of thing. It's called David, right? And we're actually gonna get him. I've contacted him, and I think he's gonna come on the same day that Coventry. We'll be at Coventry. David's episode will go up, but he's been pushing Juno since I've knew him, like, so we're gonna get him on, and he can speak about that in upcoming episodes. So that's coming up.
And do you
I
know
just don't,
what?
is that next week, 2 weeks.
What is?
Is the Coventry show next week?
No, 2 week.
2 weeks.
Two
I
week.
right. I sorry, I
Um,
was idea.
yeah, 2 week.
Aye,
Fucking hell, you had me going then, Sean.
I know. Aye, but aye, right. Never mind. Right, I'm just thinking about. Um, Aye, so sorry. Well, I'll go on with my week first because it's been slightly more uneventful than your week, and plus I like to speak. Obviously, I like to sit and talk. And Basil doesn't get a word in edgewise. Right, so my
Right.
week has been
So
my week's been I was actually doing an outside job this week, a
I
gable
saw
end
that.
and right in the shorefront,
Have you had
and
all right weather?
it was no, it was kind of
No.
shit.
That
But
view though.
customer wanted it painted, and I had to paint it. And then the
Yeah.
rest of the week, I've kind of been spent on my New Galloway Road project. I don't know if you follow me on my own personal TikTok. It's like a full renovation, so it'll not be finished till about Christmas time. And
There's a pie
tomorrow,
shop round ours called Galloway's.
is a right, I stay in Dumfries and Galloway, so there you go. My pie shop's called Simpsons. You don't stay in a Simpsons village, do you? Yeah, I've got an addiction to fucking Simpsons the Bakers, by the way. Anyway, and then tomorrow I'm going outside to spray a garage. I'm going to spray wood stain
Very
on a wooden
nice.
garage. So that's my week's been very much uneventful, apart from the
Yeah.
exciting fucking news. I'm still in vibrate mode, by
In
the
it.
way. What about yourself?
It's been a very busy week. Well, it's been a very very busy 2 week. I've fell behind on work because the lad that was working for me, he's always fucking ill. Like at least once a week. He's not done a full week.
Sorry, is always ill.
Yeah,
Air quotes for the listeners, by the way.
he was with me from July. Um, he'd been on 3 holidays, which I don't mind that. But then at least once every week he was ill. At least one day every week, and I'm thinking you're not that ill. Fucking hell. But
Lazy-itis.
he just. I'm not going to get into full detail, but anyway, it got to the point this week where I just said you need to look elsewhere and find work. Because I'm behind now. Customers meant to be getting the carpets next week, and I'm still going to be there. That'll be my 3rd week next week. I'll be there.
Nightmare.
Fucking ridiculous. But um, I like being busy though, so
Yep.
I'm still happy. I'm still happy enough. Um,
Unfortunately, we've all had them. We've all fucking had folk that lay us down and that. And the worst thing about it is to, and you maybe be the same yourself, is you give them chance after chance
well,
sometimes.
that's it. And I said to him, it's not just having the days off and stuff. It's having dinner break. He has half an hour, but takes an hour.
Aye,
And I'm
aye, he's
thinking,
taking the
like,
piss.
you're just taking the
Aye,
piss. Like, um, what was it? Um, just I'm trying to advise him on how to do stuff because he
and
was
he's done
still
no.
like learning,
Yep.
and it's just in one ear and out the other. And I'm
Aye, no
thinking,
tucking it in there.
I am telling you what to do. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Like, yeah, there's some people
See,
it's just a bit of money at the end of the week.
aye, because some people are just literally, I don't think it's even that. They're doing it to annoy you or all. They're just literally like unreliable. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
bad trait.
that's just
And
who they
I've
are.
got I've got
Yeah,
a mate. I shouted him out a couple of weeks ago, and he watches the podcast. I've got a mate that's great fucking painter
there's
in the
no
day.
way you've got a mate.
I've got one mate, right? One mate, and he's a great decorator on his day, right? If you get him out, you're not getting a better decorator. Like me and him could make a fucking killing at it, but
Yeah,
I cannot keep him out. Because see if I didn't hate to pay him and I could get him working for free. Because as soon as I give him money, he's absent without leave. Like
yeah, yeah.
so that's him. So that would be a good name for him. Actually, we'll get onto that later on.
I
Actually,
was just about.
aye, that was a fucking great
That would have been
segue
perfect. That wouldn't
segue
it?
into the
Yeah, yeah,
show. That's pretty shit for a week then. So you're struggling away
yeah.
in your job.
So the job I'm supposed to be on next week, I'm starting over the weekend. Um,
Right,
so then by the time I finish this job, I haven't
you're
fell
where you
behind on
should.
this job. Do you know what I
Aye,
mean? So,
aye.
but no, it's
You got to do what you got to do, bro.
I'll catch up. Don't you worry.
So, right, I've got something because we've got quite a lot of students and people asking us, and I find it like I was getting loads of questions about helping. We got a question through the week for somebody for Belfast and just interested in how he helped pricing something. And it wasn't really him wanting me to price his work or her. I don't know. I can't even remember if it was a her. Like somebody wanting me to price a job. I think they were just wanting to feel like we were similar.
Yeah, yeah.
Or so you feel kind of like vindicated that you're
You're not
not overcharging
overcharging, and you're
somebody.
not. Yeah,
Aye,
yeah.
exactly. So what I did was we've got a customer and we've got what I'll do is I'll run through the spec first, and I've sent you a video, Baz, so you can
Yeah.
maybe start getting the video ready to be queued up, and I'll just here look here at what the customer's wanting. So we're going to price this job before we start the video, Baz. We're going to price this job up together on stream. Me and Baz will both do it separately. Um, I'll talk you through it. Baz will sit and kind of do it thing about it, and we'll see. We might get the same outcome. We'll discuss things as we go, right? So the customer spec for this Holstein landing is the ceilings are to be brilliant white, and they're to be Tickerella AR2, so anti-reflex 2. The walls above the dado rail are to be Crown Clean Extreme. They haven't selected a colour, but that doesn't matter. We can price it without the colour. Below the dado rail is getting coal and sun wallpaper. The customer's supplying the wallpaper and the paste, and it's paste the wall, so you don't need a pasting table, or you might need a pasting table to cut a couple of lengths, but you generally didn't need a pasting table for it, right? The woodwork is gone brilliant white satin wood. As you can kind of see a wee bit there before we start the clip. It's already white, which doesn't matter. We're still going to go through the same process. So
I'm
show
just
the
writing
video.
it all down. One sec. Go on.
You're writing it
Go on.
down.
Keep talking. You're
Um,
all right.
so before Baz shows the video, the customers. I've been running the job. The customer says he's got 10.5 doors. The what is it, like the handrails? It's very basic staircase. It's just a few like boards. It's no like spindles, so it's no very time consuming. There's obviously skirtings and facings round the 10.5 doors, in fact, because there's a wee half door underneath the stair. Um, so no, if you want to hit the video, Baz, and we can hear. I'll also fucking run you through when we get the video. The front door's no being painted, by the way. So it's behind the curtain there. So there's a few doors there. Like I said, brilliant white. There's a wooden floor there. It'll need to be protected. That's a wee half door. Um, Very basic. There's walls. There's a wee bit missing where there's no dado rail there. So the customer's just wanting them to just paint that wall. So it's only where the dado's gone that'll be wallpapered. So again, like you see, it's only got underneath there will be wallpapered all the way up the stair. And again, so you've 10 doors, you've 4 upstairs, 6 doors down the stair. Very basic job.
Yeah.
So right. So what do you think, Baz? Where will we start? The ceilings, obviously, they're already brilliant white. They're going back to brilliant white. What are you thinking?
So.
And it's to be anti-reflex too.
See, I don't really know the price of AR2, but
It's about
I'm
40
assuming
quid.
it's roughly about 40-50 quid.
42. Depends where you buy it. Somebody will
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
in the comment section say, no, I'll get it for 35. But that's the way of the world. About 40 quidish.
So.
And I mean, they're quite small ceilings, so you're
Yeah, they're
10
not. They're not big. You'd only need. Not even.
5 litre bin
Yeah,
of.
probably
But
not
I would
even 5
say,
litre.
so personally, your 5 litre will be too much. Personally, what tend to do there is, I buy the 10 litre AR2,
And
and
you've
depending
got
on
it.
the customer, the job, I'll either do the ceiling with the AR2, I'll charge the customer for half, and I'll take the other half away so that they don't get left any touch-up paint for the
Yeah.
ceilings. Or on this instance, they charge full price and they get left 5 litre of paint, which that customer is getting, right.
So what
And
I'd do there is
yep,
I'd buy the 10 and just charge them for the 10, and
and take
then I'd take it with me, and
yep,
then when I need it again for the next job, they get charged then for the
for
same
what
tin.
you're right. There's a good wee tip for all these students or whatever. There's an extra way of making a wee bit more money. Ken, that you're no
Because
actually,
otherwise you'd have to buy it again anyway. Like,
and generally, unless the customer's doing 2 or 3 rooms, their paint's going to get into a loft. It's going to be a hindrance for them to hold on to,
yeah, yeah,
and they haven't got storage space for 10 litre of paint. Um, Ken, so it can sometimes benefit the customer. You're getting rid of it for them. You're
yeah,
using it
yeah.
elsewhere. It's more economical. It's better for the environment. The paint's getting used. It's no sitting in a shed and
Well, how many
ended up
times
in
have you had a customer where they go, "Oh, I've got the paint here in shed," and it's
and it's fucked.
fucking yeah, and it's
Yep,
just gone to waste.
yep, exactly. Right. Next up, the walls. Clean Extreme. What you thinking?
Um, what colour was that? Just white?
The
Because
customer
it.
hasn't specified the colour yet, but let's
So
let's
I
just
always specify if it's a colour or white because obviously you have to charge extra if it's getting tinted.
yeah. So let's just assume that it is
It's
a
gonna
colour.
get
Sorry,
tinted.
it's no white. It's a colour, but the colour hasn't been selected, so it's
Right,
definitely a colour.
right.
Yep,
So, um, I would probably go for a 5 litre. If
yep,
yeah, I would say. Hang on. Let me just get the clip back up.
yep. Well, while you're looking at the clip again, I'm going to run you through why I've worked it. So a litre
Yeah,
o
I'd get 5 litre because there's not that much wall
no,
really.
there's
Yeah,
quite a wee. Well, so the average UK house, so that's a 2 3 X council house in the whole of the UK. Their Holstein landings are between 35 and 45 metres square, right?
yeah,
Wall area. I'm talking about. This particular hallway is 39 metres square, so that falls right in the middle of the thingy. So let's just say 40 for argument's sake, right? Bloody Clean Extreme has got a covering of 14 point 14 metre square per litre.
per litre.
So you're
Yeah,
get
yeah,
so by that calculations, if it's 40 metre square, you're going to need over 5 litre of paint, right?
yeah,
So a 5 litre basically for any folk out there wouldn't be enough. You'd need a 5 litre plus you need another wee litre tin. However, we've got below the remember the customers no wanting below the dado rail painted, so
yeah. So it's only half.
you're losing probably 10 metre out of that 10 metre
Yeah,
square at least minimum. So 5 litre would be more than enough for that whole
yeah,
way.
absolutely.
Yep.
And again, if if you can see there, I'll just press play. There is
Very
quite a few
little.
doors there as well. So
Yep.
there isn't
Yep.
actually well, that's just the downstairs that area, but there's a lot of
Doors.
doors. So you're not using that much paint. You're not using the clean extreme on the doors. You're just using
No.
it just above the doors. So yeah,
You've 6.5 doors down the
yeah,
bottom stair, including the front door, which is behind the curtain,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is not being touched. It's just there for the winter months to keep the heat in. And so onto the doors. So then obviously you've got AquaGuard. So on
So
we're
you've
doing
got
even though
your 2.5
even though
litre
yep,
undercoat, 2.5 litre AquaGuard. Then you need
100%.
um, obviously 2 coat to that.
Aye,
Um,
so even though they're white already, they're in great condition. It's very minimal prep.
yeah,
Um, you still use the proper procedures. You sand
yeah,
them,
absolutely,
you,
yeah, yeah,
you undercoat them, you let them dry a couple hours, and you put your top coat, your satin on. But obviously that one. So I reckon normally when I'm pricing, obviously it doesn't work out like this. Flat doors, you're doing it quick, fast. But I used to say about an hour a door. That's including the facing, the masking up, the
yeah,
sanding,
yeah,
cutting in, and the undercoating and satin wooding. The
yeah,
only reason I say that is because by the time you add up fucking 10 minutes sanding, 5 minutes masking, 20 minutes to undercoat, a facing, everything, and 20 minutes to satin, usually about
yeah,
an hour.
yeah,
You're no far off it with an hour. The only
yeah,
time I
yeah.
would maybe alter that slightly is if it was glass doors, if there was
Yeah, so you obviously add time onto that.
whether you're taping them up. But only apprentices or only students out there or novices, decorators, I would suggest you might be a wee bit slower, even if they are flat doors. There'll be nothing wrong with saying an hour and a half a door. Give yourself that
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
half an
It's
hour,
about
Ken.
it's
So,
about knowing your own speed. There's no point fucking there's no
well,
point saying, oh, it's going to take this much time, knowing for a fact it's going to take you longer because you know how fast or slow you are. Um, if you give them an unreasonable time frame and then you go way above it, you go way past it, and you're thinking, well, that's not on me because now you're going to want more money because it's took far
and
longer than.
you end up losing money because
Yeah,
it's
exactly. Yeah,
you're better being priced well. And like Baz said there, 2.5 litre of undercoat, 2.5 litre of satin. I agreed. I'm going to tell you why I agree, because so you've 10 doors. They're about roughly, let's just say, 2 metre surface area door each, because you're only painting the whole side, right? So that's 20 metre square, 10, or it's actually 21 metre square because of the half door, right? So you've that today twice. Well, AquaGuard for a litre it only does 14 metre square day. But obviously you're doing the facings, you're doing the skirtings, you're doing the
yeah,
dado rail, you're doing the staircase, the handrail up the staircase. So 2.5 litre will be plenty. You'll still be left with a bit, and same with the satin, you'll be
yeah.
left with some. But what do you do there, Baz? Do you take the satin with you? Do you
So
leave
I
your
always take it with me again.
yep,
Unless it's any white I take with me. Unless
yep,
it's a tinted colour, I'll leave that with the customer because I, the chances of me using that again. Do you know what I mean? There's no
aye.
point me carrying 50
It,
different colours around on the van. White,
it
I'm
kind of
always
depends
going to
on the
use
job.
on the next job.
Yeah, it depends on the job for me. So, like, so if for this particular job, if I was giving them their AR2 and doing that, I'd probably leave the satin wood because I've got quite a lot of woodwork to do. It's there for touch ups. However, if I'm normally, say I'm getting into price a bedroom and it's got a door, a sill, and skirtings and a facing, like just a wee bedroom, I
Yeah,
carry a 5 litre AquaGuard in my van. And normally what I do is I just charge for a litre. So I'll just charge
yeah,
20 quid. You're not using a litre all the time, but by the time you add up maybe 5, 6 different rooms for different
yeah.
customers, you've bought another tin AquaGuard and it's
See,
paid for itself.
the reason I always keep white on the van, um, so I'll charge that customer whatever it comes up to. I'll take it. If I go to Julie next door, and she's like,
Yep,
"Oh well, I've only got a bit of a door frame, tiny bit of skirting, and a tiny windowsill," and I'm like, "Well, I'll tell you what I can do. I can just charge it again, like what you've just said. I can charge you for the
aye,
1 litre, but it's also I haven't had to like you've got a 5 litre tin ready. I haven't
yep,
had to go and buy a 5 litre tin. There's
yep,
not just paint just sat there. It's constantly, what
being
would you say,
used.
like circulating kind of. So as that's running out, I've already bought a new one anyway
Aye,
for the next big job.
yep.
So I'm not just sat constantly with like a 5 litre or
I carry like Zinzer bin, Zinzer peel stop,
yeah,
a guard.
anything Zinza I always keep on the van anyway.
I am AquaGuard, undercoat and satin because I use it that often.
Yeah.
What else do I keep in the van? I maybe keep Uniprimer, Dulux Uniprimer, quite like it.
Do you know what? I've
Um,
used it, but my paint supplier doesn't actually stock it.
right,
So that's why I
aye,
don't keep it on the van.
it's
But
fucking
it is good
it's
stuff. I
really
have
good
used
stuff.
it.
So I think we're about there. Aye, so and then
And
so
then paper in the bottom half. You haven't
paper in
mentioned
the
that
bottom
yet.
half, but they've obviously they're providing the paper. They've got the right amount of paper.
Yeah.
It's 5 rolls.
But then you
Um,
have to get the paste
no,
because
they're getting the paste.
I
They're
was going
getting
to
the
say because
paste as well.
customers round here never get the paste. They
Aye,
always get the paper and
customers
forget the paste.
customers are supplying all the paper stuff. It's just labour only. So again,
Right.
it'll be how long would it roughly take you to paper the bottom side of that? So I'm going to run you through what I priced it as while Baz does his thing is here. I'll run it through, but I'll not give you the final total. So
Yeah.
So basically, I'm saying 2 days for doing the woodwork. That's an hour a door for obviously 10.5 doors. That's all the woodwork though. Obviously, I'm not just doing doors for 10.5 hours. They're nice flat doors. So I'm putting 2 days. I'm saying a day prep. Obviously, when I start the job, that'll be, even though the walls are in really good condition, I'm gonna tap my dustless sander over every
Yeah, just
surface
run
just to get a
over it.
key.
Yeah,
Only wee bits of filling that I find. Decorators caulk. I'm also gonna I'm going to tape up the stringers. That's the bits that can down the stairs like that. I'm going to tape around all my sockets, tape around on your lights, make sure there's no paint splattering anything. There's a hardwood floor at the bottom. It's quite expensive LVT. I'm going to put some expensive flare protection on it, but I can use it elsewhere. I say expensive flare protection. I'm using linen paper. It's much cheaper.
yeah,
Q1 boards can cost you a fortune. You can get cheap 1,000 grade linen paper for less than a tenner.
yeah,
It's what treats. On the stairs, I use dust sheets because you can leave the floor protection down for a few days, and the customer's not going to trip. You can't leave your dust sheets down overnight, or the customer might flat down the stair and break the fucking back. Right, so that's simple as that. Right. Um, Ceiling walls I've put in 2 days. That allows me drying time. This time of year it's not that great. And paper hanging I've allowed myself a whole day, and that'll include the tidy up at the end of the job, going round and doing on a wee
yeah.
touch ups, checking the customer's happy with everything. So I've got my figure for my labour, right, Baz? Just give
So,
me 2 seconds.
how many
I
days
want
total have you accounted for there?
I've got six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
Yeah,
Um and material wise, so we'll say £150 for the aquaguard and and the undercoat for the aquaguard. We're talking about £40 for the AR2. That's the ceiling paint. £47 roughly for the Clean Extreme, and I've put in about 40 quid's worth of sundries. So that's your mask and tape filler, floor protection, caulk, sandpaper, Olfa blades, and any cleaning products you're going to use, like your Hoover bags, any squishy sprays, or whatever you put around the house. I've got that as about £277 materials. So I would run that up to about £300 and say that to the customer, and then the customer gets a nice wee surprise when they get their bill. So, Baz, you had calculated your labour up in the time that I've ran my mouth there.
yeah,
So what can I? So basically, I'll just say before Baz says his figure that the average UK decorator makes anything between 250 or £400 per day, depending on what part of the country you're in. Obviously, some of them £400 are maybe like London and high end work. I've actually calculated it at about £300 a day, like, because that's kind of what it is round about here, and it's kind of nice, even kind of split. So let's say 300 quid a day. Obviously, I've told you how many days. So what you thinking, boss?
So, I've gone for 5 days.
Yep.
Um, so, the way I've worked it is very similar to you, but I've gone for doing all the woodwork all at once.
Right.
I've gone for doing the ceiling and the walls in a day.
Right.
So that's where I've saved my day.
Yep.
So what I generally would do is get the ceiling first coated, give the walls a quick. Obviously, this is after like sanding and filling and all the
Aye.
prep. Like,
Yep. Yep. Aye.
give the walls a
Cut.
lick
Cut.
of cutting in.
Yep.
Nothing perfect. Ceiling again. Do the walls again. Do the first coat on the wall. Do the second coat on the wall. And then that is my full day.
Yep.
And then what I'd go for is we're probably on about day 3 here by now. I've done all the prep and all the stuff that needs doing on day 1. And then, so day 3, no, that was day 3. Day
Yep.
4 is where I start doing, oh no, day 3, I'm doing all the woodwork because I've accounted for 2 days. Day 5 is all the papering at the bottom.
Aye.
Because that wouldn't take longer than a day, that papering.
Yep.
So
the only reason
I've got here my total, what I would charge. So roughly, materials is about 300 to 400 quid.
Yep.
And then obviously my labour, which I'll tell you what the full price is once.
Alright, so well, I was just going to say the only reason I keep 2 days for doing the thing about sometimes it doesn't take 2 days is because Clean Extreme has got a 4-hour recoat time.
Yeah.
And I like to fucking abide by it, but I don't always abide by it. Sometimes I do 3 coats in a day, and I had somebody in my comment sections before saying, "How did you do 3 coats a day? Were you there 12 hours?" And I was like, "No, I had a fucking window open, you silly cunt."
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? We don't always abide by the fucking drying time. Sometimes you can force it
if you
dry.
can see that it's dry, do you know what I mean? I think there's a general rule of a minimum of 2.
Well, I think you hate to be careful because you hate to watch what's called touch dry.
Yeah, because there is a big
dry,
difference. Yeah.
And then you're just you start rolling it again, and you see it working its way back up, and you're like, shit, I'm gonna take you another coat.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what I'm at with the 300 day rate. I'm at 1800 for the Holstein Landing labour.
So
and I'm at
obviously I gave you a price before that I was thinking of, and because I've actually worked it out, I'm still below you at 1460.
Labour.
Labour.
Aye, and your materials were
then
aye. Aye,
so I'm still under you. So
you're under, yep.
That's
a day you're saving though.
Yeah. But that is also how different decorators work, like price things out. Do you know what I mean? So
exactly.
It doesn't matter what your price is. So to me, I'd make a good wage off that.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So I think if you're going, I'm going to start lowering my prices. Keep your prices of what your price is. Like, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
If a customer can't afford you, that's no your problem.
Yeah, you're not working to work within their budget.
And just while we're on that, I wonder if we can maybe do we'll move on obviously, but tips for when you're going to price for customers. I always think it's good to obviously knock the door, be polite, look presentable, but I always wee tiny thing here, take your trainers off.
Yeah. So first thing I say is, do you want me to take my trainers off? Do you want me to take my shoes off? Because it's just a sign of respect.
And because I think, it's a wee thing for me. I think if you're going to take your trainers off and walk about somebody's house in their socks, no, I'm not expecting you to work in your fucking socks. You need to obviously God, but it shows that you're willing to look after the property. You're not just going to walk about with your muddy fucking site boots on and stomping dirt out of their flare.
If it's clearly, do you know, if it's clearly a nice house and they've got expensive flooring and stuff, I'll always just take them off.
I did too.
At the door, but do you know what I mean? If the floors are worn in, it's not really that posh of it's not minging alright, but it's not that posh of an house. I'll just say, oh, do you want me to take my shoes off? I don't mind just taking them off.
Oh, that's a confession, people. So if Bas is coming around your house and he doesn't take his shoes off, it means you're filthy.
Yeah, you filthy animal. No.
No,
no. Do you know what though? Even if it is a filthy house, I still ask. But
I always I don't wear trainers in my own house, so I don't wear trainers neither. When I'm working a day, but when I'm
Yeah, there's a
getting into
difference,
loads,
isn't
I
there?
don't.
Yeah.
Also, another tip would be to, like,
I
obviously be
think
knowledgeable.
you got quite a lot of flack on that, didn't you?
What was that?
When you, did you do a video or a comment or something, and people were like taking your shoes off? Why would you do that?
I can't remember.
I'm
I probably
sure.
made. I make that much fucking shit videos.
Yeah.
Another tip would be to be like knowledgeable, like talk to a customer through the process. Obviously, like we did with you there.
Yeah.
If and obviously you're knowledgeable, believe in yourself and you're doing it. Didn't just walk in and say ceiling's gone white, walls gone colour, woodwork gone white. They're like right doing fucking
Right. While you're on to
six.
that,
Aye,
average, right? How long on average? I know everyone's different, like every customer's
two
different,
quote,
but you're just averaging it. How long do you spend quoting?
half an hour, 45
Yeah.
minutes, maybe longer.
Yeah.
No, I
So
very rarely is it 5 minutes
I
unless it's pretty.
literally, I got home at 5, went straight back out because that's where I was just before I came here. I was going doing a
Yep.
quote. And what time did I text you saying I've just walked through the door? Was it about 5:45?
I don't know. I'll listen to about
Yeah,
half of
about
it last week.
7:15. I mean, what
Aye,
the fucking?
that's what
I
it is.
don't even know what time it is if I'm being honest, mate.
It's 52 minutes.
Yeah, so quarter to 7. That's how long I was at that quote.
Aye.
And it's just it's
That's running a
explaining
business.
things to
Aye.
people because they
Well,
were like, oh, we're looking at taking the wallpaper off, and just painting it, and then I had to go into the detail of you can't just paint it, like,
yeah.
so I had to talk them through everything that needs doing and whatever else. But
Aye. So
it makes a
that's what
difference because I think obviously you're not fucking. They have belief in you know exactly what you're doing, and like you said,
exactly.
then it's all about the knowledge, and
Aye.
I think if you show that you know what you're talking about, they're more likely to go with you than
And
fucking John
because
down the road that goes, oh, yeah, white ceiling, great,
yeah,
right, no worries,
because
500
almost
quid.
think you can get a job sometimes by like just being personable and knowledgeable. Like you can sometimes work out.
I've always said you get hired from your personality
Aye.
because I was doing a job, um, must have been last year now. This year's gone that fast. I think it was last year. Oh no, beginning of year, January it was. There was I think she got like 3 quotes, and I was the third. And she said, "You're not the cheapest, but the last guy who came round, he said it was like X amount, and he was like, oh, it's a 3-story house. I'll have to add extra." And I was like, well, surely you saw the 3-story house when he came round to originally price it. And she was like, well, exactly, yeah. And then he was trying to push her for like a certain colour because he liked it. I was like, well, it's not
Right.
your fucking house. Do you know what I
Aye.
mean? Like, and again, it's people hire your personality and your knowledge.
I got a job. I was more expensive
That's why I've
than
had
the
no
next.
work on. I'm
I,
joking.
I got I got a job that was more expensive than the other quote, and the other quote. Guess who the other quote was?
Your dad.
Yep.
Was it actually?
Yep. And it was about 200 yards away from his house, and I had to drive 7 miles to get to the job, and I got the quote, and it was more expensive because
Fuck you, dad. Woo.
same kind of, and I didn't expect to get it because I knew I was more expensive, but again, you sometimes like hear an instant rapport with customers, and you
Yeah,
just know
I
I've
think
worked out jobs and thought I've got
you
that
connect
job
with certain customers, don't you?
today.
Yeah.
You just know that you've got the job. So, no, that was just a wee bit of help for
Yeah,
honest
so if you
students
are
going through.
struggling with pricing and that, genuinely, don't start lowering your price. If you proper shit for work, drop it a little bit if you really, really need to. But as best you can, just stick with the price you're happy with.
Aye,
Don't be dropping it. The work will trickle in. I've found
aye,
that. So when I first set up on my own, there was spells where I was like, oh fucking hell, like I'm a bit shit next week after this job, and then work just trickles in, and I
Well,
find that sorry, Sean, I
no,
find
I was
that
just going to say I stick to my guns.
just as you really need the work, something just pops up.
I, I've found quite early that I always stuck to my guns. I didn't drop my price. I didn't up my price. I don't drop my price. I don't
Yeah.
think, oh, this cunt's got a fancy fucking BMW and stays in a
See,
mansion,
that's
and
exactly how
they
I've
get
always
they don't get extra added on, and the people, the wee one bedroom beds that people don't get stuff taken off. It's
yeah,
just a flat rate for everybody, and I literally I had no space in my diary right up to March
yeah.
2026.
The only time I
Then
drop
so
my price is if I can
it
clearly
works.
see that someone is struggling. Like, you know, when it's fucking clear,
Aye.
um, and you're just thinking
Oh,
they really do need the work doing. Um, I'll do it of a weekend, or I'll do it just as a bit of a extra job.
aye.
Like,
See, I didn't bother anymore with the folk.
um, but
Um,
that's what I was saying on a few episodes ago. I'm too soft-hearted. Where I'm
I,
like, oh,
I'm soft-hearted too, but I feel like the more you do for some folk, the more they take a lane. So
well. I thought you was going to say something. Well,
no,
with you saying that, so I've got a customer. She owns a cafe, and she over the years has fucking got me in like every few months to fucking just get me to do shit in the cafe.
yeah,
It's
I
just
was fucking cleaning dishes and serving
yeah,
coffee,
no,
serving coffee.
it's
Do you want a latte?
it's a two-story cafe.
You
She just
had
gets
extra
me
for 2 stories.
what?
You had extra for 2 stories to remember.
Do I add extra?
For 2 stories.
Yeah.
Your fucking last story, you silly cunt, when you said the person was adding extra for 3 stories. Oh, he never got it, did he?
I got your joke,
Oh, you never
but you
laughed through it.
interrupted. You don't interrupt a man when he's speaking. Um, See, this is why you don't interrupt, Sean. I forgot what I'm saying.
You were talking about a 2 story coffee
All
and
right,
what you're
yeah.
serving lads.
Anyway, she was like, "Oh, my son's just moved into a house. We priced this and da 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 da." And I thought it'd be X amount, and it was like, "Oh, we've only got like this amount in the budget." And I was like, "Well, I'll tell you what. I'll do this of an evening or an after or a weekend or something. I'll squeeze you in as an extra job, and I'll work within your budget." So now they've gone recommending me to people, going, "Oh yeah, he's really really good, really really good," but then going, "He only charged X amount for me,"
Aye,
and I'm
that's
like,
why you
"Well,
won't do it.
like so all these people have been recommended to. I've been going, did this person tell you?" And they was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's not going to be anywhere near what they've told you it's going to be."
That's why I don't date. That's why you don't get
Um,
anybody cheaper than that. You never hear that. See if somebody tells me, "Oh, you're
but
wanting this
that's
room,"
happened recently, so that's a
aye, that's
learning
no
curve. Do you know what I
exactly.
mean?
There's a good excuse
It's a
why to
lesson
date.
learnt.
Why not to date? And see if somebody says to me, "Oh, we're wanting this room painted, but we've only got 200 quid to spend." Well, I would say I can only paint up to about that height in the room for 200 quid. totally, totally finish up to about fucking a
Yeah.
metre up high, and that's all I can do for two
I mean,
hundred
I
quid.
say I do that, but I haven't done it for a while until that job. That was the
Aye.
most recent job that I've
Do
done
not
it on.
date, folks. It's a fucking trap. Don't they fucking work. They work for your mates if you
I
want.
love when landlords say, "Oh, I've got 10 houses," and if you do a good job and you're thinking, "Fuck off," it's not good.
Oh,
It it never comes to like that, does it? You never get an extra house.
always when they say, like, somebody says to me, "Oh, if you give me a good price for the kitchen, I'll get you the rest of the house today." And I always answer back with, "I tell you what I'll do. I'll give you the normal price for the kitchen, and I'll get you the good deal when you give me the rest of the house today." And they don't get a fucking good deal anyway. So
No, innit?
they
Yeah.
get the price. You get the
The
price. Like,
price is the
what the
price.
point is, don't fucking alter your price. Right. I done a wee thing this week, Baz.
Go on.
Moving on. I done a wee thing for a joke this week. I don't know if you maybe seen it. I posted on our socials asking for the best site nicknames.
Oh yes, yes, yes,
And
yes.
I got a few crackers on the Facebook page and TikTok posts. So and by the way, if anybody's got any more nicknames that your colleagues know about or don't know about, you said them behind their back, absolutely fine. Stick them in the comment section of this video, because if you put them in the post or you go on looking for the post, I probably will only get back and read it. But we might do that again, because
Yeah, yeah.
I had loads of folks. So Baz is no heard on any of these, by the way. I purposely tell them, do not fucking look. So the first nickname is for James Sawfield. Sorry, I need my glasses on. I can hardly see his name. Um,
Shawfield.
he called his mate Foreskin. He disappeared when things got hard. We've got Abe Omar. The last firm I worked for 40 years ago called the boss the frightened balloon. He was always saying, "Don't let me down."
Fuck off. Don't let me down.
I thought that was better. Like um, a Labour, David Hampson got in with in. A Labour I know is unreliable, so that's good in for what we were talking about earlier on. This is a new nickname for Ethan was your apprentice. Sorry, Ethan. He was always off work, etc. His name was Robin. Lads used to call him Unreliant Robin.
The Reliant Robin.
um, Tony Lubelski. Sorry if I butchered your name, Tony. Blister. He only comes when the hard work's been done.
Yeah, I've heard that one before, yeah.
And also Tony came in with another one which really cracked me up, and I included it, even though it's quite a shit nickname. He had somebody at the work called Porno Dave, and the only reason he was called Porno Dave is because he sold pornos. Like such a fucking simple nickname, like, but Porno Dave.
The,
Like,
the simple ones are the best ones, aren't
innit?
they?
Aye.
Yeah.
George Paul Cranston had one of my mates working on site with me a few years. He used to disappear all of the time, and you'd see him walking past. We called him Luke Sightwalker. And also, and Lee Drummond came in with a couple of Star Wars ones. He had Luke Sightwalker too, but he also had Hans Goslow.
Hands go slow, yeah, yeah,
That's a belter thing, innit? Phil Conlon came in with one of the very basic ones again, but it cracked me up. Single speed Steve, like.
yeah. Just one
I like
speed.
that. I like the basic ones are the best. Somebody called Peter Parker, ironically, came in with a nickname for somebody else.
Go on.
So, well, Peter
I
Parker's
know.
Spider-Man. So
Yeah, yeah.
surely you should hear the nickname. But here he came in with, and also Jake for the painting company came in with the same yin, and it was somebody called E10 because he always wanted to go on home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you
Um,
know what? I thought, because James messaged me that one.
because it was on
So,
TikTok, so I
yeah,
thought you might have seen that in
yeah.
there. Patrick Shepherd is his mate's called Kit Kat because he was always on a break. um, Tim O'Keefe saw a post on Facebook earlier. Someone called their co-worker C-section because they do anything to avoid labour. Stephen Ormston, pothole. Everyone avoided him, and he needed filling in.
Do you know
That's a
what?
bit
We've all worked with someone like that. We've all
somebody that
worked with
needed the
someone like
fucking
that.
mouth
You
shut.
fucking pothole.
Another very basic in here again. It cracked me up. Simon O'Rourke came in with two. He came in with Johnny Ankles. He was that far up the boss's arse, like just Johnny Ankles, because you could only see the ankles dangling
Yeah,
out his hair.
it's
And Simon's second in was um, my employees. So this was actually Simon himself. Fair play, Simon O'Rourke. Um, my employees back in the day called me Bilbo Baggett because I had a habit of wrapping brushes and rollers in plastic bags instead of washing them out. Bilbo Baggett there. And Nap and Bristle, show sponsors if you want your decorating supplies. Got in Nap and Bristle came hitting in. James obviously full of the patter when we had him on. He had an electrician that worked with him that looked a bit like Elton John. We called him the Socket Man. And finally, Pete. We only got Pete because it was on TikTok or something, I think. And he had a mate called Thrush. because he was an irritating cunt.
That was
Genius.
absolute fucking spot on. That one
Please
was.
send more of them in because I
Yeah.
really enjoyed reading through them.
If we can make this a weekly little
Or a monthly.
fucking segment,
Aye.
keep them coming in. Keep them coming in.
Because if we don't get that money for this episode, I'll maybe stick that post back up because honestly, I went through some of them. Some I didn't even understand, and I just included the ones that literally tickled me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what I could maybe do is next time put the post up, or Baz puts the post up, and I'll purposely no look because
Yeah.
I find it like. I find it hilarious. Yeah, I find some of them hilarious here, to be fair to you, but I find it hilarious when I read through the comment sections. I was cracking up about it, and I thought, don't look, Baz, because then you get that kind of
Yeah, it's
the
brand new,
organic
and it's brand new to
feeling.
me. Yeah.
Yep. Right, I'm doing a versus this week.
Ooh, go on.
Well, I want to speak about my cock.
Right, mine versus yours. Yours
Yep.
is 10-inch bigger than mine.
Well, mine's just about 30 centimetre.
Is it?
Aye.
Fucking hell,
Because
yours
I've
is
got
massive.
it here.
Yours is fucking massive, mate.
Yep. So well, this is my go-to caulk, right? But obviously there's loads of types of. You got your Buzz is getting his go-to caulk. He's getting his caulk out to. Yeah, he keeps his caulk in a filing cabinet, which I think is fucking weird as fuck. Like. Well, you should see where he keeps his fucking textbook. Like they're in the bottom drawer of his van.
We're gonna play a game now, Sean. That me and my
Look.
mate used to play. It's called Cock or Balls.
What the fuck is that? Grapes.
My balls.
You fucking flung me off my train of thought there. So obviously, what's your favourite caulk?
Caulk or cork.
Yeah. Alright, well, caulk, whatever you want to say. It's got an L in it here.
My favourite caulk is Macaulay.
Macaulay Culkin. So what
No,
do you think?
do you know what? HB42 is actually my go-to, but I don't use it as often as I'd like to. Only because I have to order it online. Again, my supplier doesn't stock it.
No, I order online. I get a box of 12 for about 36 quid or something.
Yeah,
so it's a bit kind of standard, isn't it? But no, that's my favourite. So it's quite fucking. I've no got tons of caulk because basically I carry what I use, right, and I don't fucking use. I don't vary too much now. This gets very good reviews. I use it. I actually think when I first got it, I thought, fucking hell, it's quite watery. So when you squirt it out the end of the nozzle, it comes out and it's quite thin.
Yeah, it is quite thin. Do you know what else is quite thin? Have you used the CT1?
No, well, I was actually going to get on to CT1 and Paint Warrior because they were they're similar made, and there are very like high class, top quality products, right? So that I was actually going to say that this is kind of more in line with the CT1.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not a massive fan of the CT1.
Right, and you know.
I do prefer the HB. There is a difference.
Right, so I hate to be honest, I hadn't actually used it, but I found this caulk because it was getting very good reviews online.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not expensive, but it's what's that working out?
For what it is, it's.
Aye, for how often you're using it, it's like, what is it, like £3 a bottle or £3 a tube or something? Whereas you can get much cheaper caulk out there, right? So I buy this stuff. I get this stuff for about £1, just over £1 a tube. Geocell Decorators caulk. Can you see that there? Geocell.
Yeah.
About £1 a tube, that stuff. 12. Slightly over.
Where'd you get that from?
I think the last time I bought it, it was for the Paint Shed in Scotland. We're not supplied thing about be sponsored by the Paint Shed at all. But
tell you who might do that. www.napandbristle.co.uk.
Possibly. So this stuff, love it. Cheap, cheerful. It's not as white as
a grey all rounder. Is it got that slightly off white to it, like a grey
Aye, it's not. It's just no as white. I think the
Because I use
H
Everbuild a lot.
right.
That's cheap and cheerful, and it's like
Aye,
that where it dries like an off white. It's not. You couldn't blend it in with any skirts. All right.
no. Aye, you couldn't just put a bit. One,
Yeah.
I think with
Yeah.
the HP42, you can actually like you shouldn't really, but say you're painting a skirting and something, and there's a wee, or you've maybe painted a room and you're stopping somewhere,
Yeah.
and you're painting a kitchen and dining room, and the customer's only wanting the dining room painted. You're not touching the kitchen, so you can run the room and you're caulking up, and you just happen to look into the kitchen and you see a skirting board with a crack along it, and you think,
Yeah.
oh, I've got my gun
I'll
out.
touch that. Yeah.
I'll just stick a wee bead of caulk over it, tidy the whole job up. You can put it on the HP42. You'll no see on a
Yeah.
fucking thing about it. See this stuff, right? I don't think it actually says it. Well, it's obviously they're both internal and external use. You can use them both inside and outside.
All
Both,
right.
both.
Yeah.
It
I
says
actually
there
didn't even know that.
external use. You can see there on
Well, it
that.
does.
That's the
Fucking hell.
HP42,
That's how much
and
attention I paid to it.
that's external. I don't know if I can make that out there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can. I think. So the same. But the reason why I love this stuff, right? I, just above that, it's paintable within 1 hour, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That stuff is fucking solid. So you're painting a room and you're fucking in a rush. You're in a landlord special, like we're talking about earlier on, and you're wanting to fucking get a bit of caulk on and maybe hit the skirtings with the undercoat in the same day.
Yeah.
This stuff is your fucking friend. So
Yeah.
I stock the HB42, but also keep this stuff in the van because it gets me out a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think myself, oh, if you're wanting quick, you're wanting cheap and cheerful, you use that stuff. Sorry to keep waving my cock about. I can't over distract. Right, and what I don't buy, here's one that I don't fucking buy, although I do have some. I don't buy this shit.
Yeah. Not a chance.
Absolute fucking garbage. This says in it, overpainting 1 hour. This stuff is the overpaintable in
You know
fucking
which one I
one
don't like as well?
1 year.
Have
Go
you
on.
got more that you don't like?
No, on
I
you,
mean,
Henny.
like with you.
No.
The fucking I don't know how to pronounce it. The Soudal.
Sudol. Aye.
Yeah.
Well,
Sudol.
they'll be
Whatever.
at Coventry next weekend, so Baz will hopefully get nae fucking stuff off
Yeah.
Sudol. No, I'm not.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of him.
But what I was going to say is, I like Polyfilla as a company.
Yeah.
I don't like their caulk. I
The
wonder if they
car.
should be
Yeah. Yeah.
doing something with that. And I think like it's also, by the way, it's also internal external use. It's it's just substandard. It's watery. It doesn't get off. It crazens when your paint has a cracked finish over the top of your So when you paint over it,
Yeah.
the paint has wee cracks. That's the best way to explain it. And funnily enough, you can get so
Like it hasn't
polyfill.
adhered to
I,
it
b-
proper, has it?
I believe that polyfiller actually make the Dulux decorators called too. I might be wrong on that. Like I don't
You're
know.
probably right.
I never done my proper research. So my versus would be to buy them, and also like we were going to talk about there. So the CT one gets very good reviews. Personally, Henny used it. Um, I've used one tube of the Paint Warrior stuff, and I really liked it. I found it very similar to the
Yeah.
HB42, but I never bought a box. I think I must have got a tube free somewhere. I can't remember, but I found it quite good as well. Um, so, um, so before I move on though, obviously you can get caulk in loads of different colours, but here I've got something to you. I bought this Sudol stuff, right? Absolutely fucking brilliant, right? And it
What is
is.
that one?
Well,
Because
I'm
I
just
was
going
on
to show
about the
you.
red stuff, mate.
So, well, this is what I'm going to show you, Baz. So, if you're ever into doing like oak woodwork, you're painting in somebody's house and they've got oak skirtings and
Yeah, yeah,
facings,
yeah.
and you paint the house and they've got nice oil, but sometimes the joiners lay gaps and wee
Yeah,
bits
yeah.
shit in the skirtings, right? And you can put white caulk on, but then you need to maybe paint it into the wall, or sometimes
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
nice wee feature laying the caulk white and it kind of really
Yeah.
highlights the skirt in the wall. This stuff is oak medium oak coloured, and this one is light oak coloured.
Do you know
And
what?
I don't know if you can see them at the bottom of the tube, but they're slightly different. But see when you're doing an oak
I don't know what
staircase,
I'm chatting about because I have actually used that.
brilliant stuff. Great gear. I purposely left Baz. Well, I didn't know he was going to say Sudal until he said it, but I purposely left him say that just to fucking get his reaction. I got a great reaction for something like that. So see when I did the oak staircases, I love doing oak.
Yeah,
I'm fucking one of my favourite jobs, and obviously doing the puttying and hiding all the nail
yeah,
holes and stuff. Mate, that stuff. See up on the wee cracks, like hairline cracks, and it's no hairline cracks, like where they've put the joins, and
yeah,
you
yeah,
can never put a bit of putty in it. You can obviously cut your nozzles or keep the nozzle really tiny,
yeah,
and then you can screw that back on and reseal them, keep them in the
yeah,
van for the next thing. I bought 6 tubes of each, and that was last year, and I've got about 4.5 tubes left. I've got 4 tubes left of one and 5 in the other. I've barely used it. It lasts you fucking ages.
yeah.
Great stuff. So no, that
Do you know
was
what I have? That Sudol is decent. The white,
oh, look at this.
the
It's changed his mind. He
the
scared
white,
us.
the white cork in the red tube, the white and red tube is shit.
Right, he's terrified of the Sudal reps at Coventry. Is what I heard there.
Now I'm panicking.
He's
I'm
panic. He's
gonna
going to
lose.
lose
I'm gonna lose my
sponsorship.
cork.
So no, that was my wee versus this week. I never told Baz what my versus was going to be today. I thought about bringing the gun in and squirting a bit out and all, and I thought I don't
So
want to
you're a
get caught.
squirter, eh?
I've had my fucking shower the night, and
Don't
I'm not
feel like
wanting to
having
get
white stuff all over your hands.
oh, your fucking fingers. And so, but there's a question for you and everybody else out there. Where do you wipe your cock? Don't say on the curtains.
Where do I wipe my what?
Cock.
Do you know what? Recently, at the back of the tube.
Hey, right? But see when you're pulling the thing back out to change it, do you know there's no
I just
breaks
get
and
me. I
shit?
just get my knife and just.
Oh, see, I'm
But I've always just used my leg,
right. Yes, your leg. Well,
or
actually,
or because I've got them on. Fucking hell, camera. Me flaps.
aye, underneath the flaps. You could have just said flaps in your overalls. But literally got fucking decorators for fucking Germany and Holland and all watching, and he's just shouted flaps while standing up into the screen. Anyway,
Flaps.
no, I'm different. So my messy worst trait is I fucking I wipe it on the top of the gun up near
Yeah.
where the nozzle is. So if I'm like that with the gun, I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah, yeah.
I wipe it up there at the top, which is terrible because obviously as soon as you set it down, you get
Yeah.
mess everywhere. And also,
You
I'll
should be
sit back,
shot for that, Sean. Fucking
I
hell.
sit, I sit back and do this.
Yeah.
Under the armpit because nobody fucking sees it. But really and truly, if we're going to give you advice, learn it while you're young. Do
No,
you
I'm
know? Do
clean.
you know? You don't put it under your armpit.
No.
I wipe it under my armpit. Really and truly, what you should fucking do is take a sponge or a cloth or a
Yeah.
brush with you, and don't fucking get into the bad habits that me and Baz clearly got. With wiping it in places
Yeah.
that we should.
You
So wipe
definitely
your
shouldn't
cock.
be doing. You
Wipe
shouldn't be
your cock
following
on
our
top.
lead. Do as you're
No,
told, not what you see.
well, no, it's a kind of thing. It's learned behaviour, and actually, because you're that used to doing it, you automatically do it. If you're in a rush,
Yeah.
you're caulking something. You're
Yeah.
just like a bit of caulking in your finger and your fucking under your arm before, and you've got usually only happens when you've got a brand new jumper on,
Yeah.
and as soon as you've fucked a brand new jumper, you're like, oh fuck it, that's it,
Fuck
a
it.
work jumper
Yeah.
now. Aye. So no,
Absolutely.
that was my wee verses that I thought I'd bring up.
So, did that cheap and cheerful one? Is that your favourite one to
Uh,
use? Your all-rounder kind of
in
thing.
a in an ideal world, I would constantly use HB42.
Yeah. Yeah.
If my jobs weren't, if I wasn't doing any landlord specials, I was never in a rush. I had plenty of time to do my job. I wanted to make a great job every day, but if I wanted to make everything fucking 10 out of 10, unfortunately, no decorating in the world ever gets the types of jobs where your jobs are
Yeah,
always going to
in
be
it.
10 out of 10, and that stuff has pulled me out of a hole more times than
Yeah.
I don't know what pulls things out of holes.
I think you just get used to stuff because it's like what's his name? Rob. He proper loves them cheap Stanley brushes him.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So like some of the cheap stuff, it's just perfect for what you need for
There's
whatever
nothing
job.
wrong with something being a bit cheap, like,
No,
and
absolutely
and
not.
there, and I've got another wee thing. I'm going to make a video on this on my own TikTok about this too, but I want to say this in the Decorators Den podcast, and it's just a wee bit of advice for fucking decorators, young, old, up and down the country, right?
Sean, is your screen on?
Yep.
Oh, that's because we're powered by Trade Decorator.
Why are you saying I was missing on?
Go on.
Random. Anyway, I was just going to say that I can't remember what I was going to say. They really fucking wrong me. No, I was going to say that don't care too much what you see on fucking social media or Instagram or TikTok or somebody doing better than you. See, the only people that are important in your work is you and your customer. If
Yeah.
you're fucking going in and you're painting a staircase and the customer is absolutely delighted with, and then you get some fucking arsehole on TikTok or Instagram or on a social media platform saying, "Oh, you could have get sanded that wall a bit better." Don't tell them to fuck off online because you get banned, but just ignore them, because if your customer's happy and you're fucking quite happy with it, because they didn't see it before,
Yeah,
then
innit, yeah.
fuck the folk online. There's full of fucking folk thinking anybody can make something look better in a picture,
Yeah.
and think, oh, my fucking work's great, look at my work and blah de blah. It's a lot of
And we was
fucking
on about
shit.
that last week with Georgie, weren't we? Where
Aye,
think like you people are posting going, oh, look how good this is, and then you turn up and you're thinking, that is horrendous. So like
aye,
you just
exactly.
said, anyone can make a job look good on a picture.
Exactly. Aye, fucking half watch some of them, aren't
Not
they?
even that.
What we quarter watch. No, no, that's pretty much, that's been a decent. It's a smaller episode, but that's kind of what we were wanting to go on for this week.
Yeah.
Um, we weren't wanting to go on too wild. What have we got coming up next week? Can we remember what we've got coming up next
So
week?
next week aren't we having Blank Canvas on?
We are. We are having black.
So he's gonna talk us through the Juno paints, I think. Because I don't really know anything about Juno.
No, and also is what we did speak about with George ET was the spray new PVC windows that I'm very interested in, and blank canvas day, so I want to really pick his brain. See,
Yeah,
I'm getting all my ducks in a row for buying this sprayer, and I think if I've already spoke about the sprayer, now I need to speak to the person, the expert on the windows,
yeah.
and then I'm fucking pretty much ready to
Spe-
go.
Speaking of expert on spraying, Josh has messaged me,
Josh,
the dyslexic painter.
oh aye, yep,
I said
after Christmas,
after, yeah.
yep,
Obviously,
I 100% will get
we've got
filled in.
people lined up and stuff, so
Aye,
can't just start rushing people on because do you know what I mean?
no, we'll get
But
Josh on.
he's been on the list for a while. Obviously, we're just
We've got
working.
100%
Yeah, we're
the
just
list.
working through that list. So if we talk to you and we haven't invited you on just yet, you are on the list. I promise you.
Aye. The thing that I think we're trying to do is we're no one to get too far advanced on ourselves, because things
Exactly.
change pretty fast, and we want to just
I
get
mean, in
somebody on.
2 weeks we've done 4 episodes, so
Aye, and because what people didn't see is we're organising like further down the line and who we're
yeah.
getting on
And we're
before it's.
also planning any potential future events, and so it's
Yep.
not just
Aye,
a
because
podcast.
before we go on, let's talk a wee bit about that, because that's kind of the kind of college stuff that we're planning
Oh, we
today.
can talk about it. Oh, fucking hell, I forgot.
Aye, we can talk about all that
No,
shit.
forgot.
But no,
So,
let's aye
yeah, so
talk.
basically we're looking at we're doing a college tour around England, Scotland and Wales, hoping to inspire people to stay on the coast around and actually have a career in decorating when they leave.
And give them some freebies. By the way, give
Yeah,
away some fucking shit, good shit. So
and we're
hopefully
hoping
we
to get some brands there because
yep.
I'm sure there's a lot of brands that like people haven't, well, especially students, haven't really heard of or managed to use if they're only in college and not in apprenticeship.
And we're speaking with big brands, not just wee tiny
Yeah, not
fucking
yeah.
brands. Yeah. We're speaking with some
So,
big market boys. And that's thanks to being powered by Trade Decorator too, by the way. I know not just that, Baz does a lot of the fucking um Baz can hunt out a fucking sponsor like a sponsored bloodhound. Baz just to give it a bloodhound
a,
this, don't worry.
a sponsored bloodhound.
Yep.
I don't get it.
You didn't understand what a bloodhound is, so that's how.
A bloodhound.
Yep. What do you think a bloodhound is?
I actually don't know.
It's a dog.
Is it?
Aye. So I tell you didn't come up with
Well, I
thing best.
thought it
But
was going to
no,
be like a specific, like, I know what a hound is, it's a dog. But what? Why
it's
is it a
just like a
bloodhound?
bloodhound's like got like a nose that can seek out
Oh, is it?
things. Aye, it's like a
Alright.
sniffer dog kind of thing.
I
Aye,
thought it was
fuck's
going
sake.
to be
It
something
was
fucking.
amazing. He really made a big thing about that. What a white. We're going to end the show in a downer. Okay, back to the studio.
Okay, bye bye.